Thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate with us the 10th anniversary of the Muslim Jewish Conference.
The MJC, the Muslim Jewish Conference, is something very special. And it's also something very special to me because it is not something that we hear about every day in the media. It's the opposite. It's something that really brings people together. It's something that is building bridges between people, between peoples, and between religions. And it really touches my heart. And I'm very proud to be kind of official from the city of Vienna, and that the Muslim Jewish Conference chose the city of Vienna for the 10th anniversary.
So there are various kinds of Muslim Jewish organizations in different parts of the world. And there are Muslim Jewish associations and even camps. I don't know of anything that is quite as international as this one. And therefore this has this very special character of its own. But also it's totally voluntary, so it's not supported by any structure. It is a young person's organization. And in many respects what we need are for older people to emulate these young people in reaching out to one another.
I actually came on board as an attendee in Bratislava in 2012, not really expecting much, not knowing what to expect. I joined as an attendee. I went over to Slovakia, and just like many, I started off with a little bit of concern and curiosity. And then throughout the course of the week, that curiosity and skepticism, I guess, it kind of transformed into something that I didn't expect, and that was a true kinship and a true bond. I'm often skeptical of organizations that will do this kind of work, and the reason I say that is because I don't want anyone to manipulate me. I don't want anyone to brainwash me. I don't want anyone to try to push me in this direction or that, or tokenize me and say, well, we have a Muslim supporting X, Y, and Z cause. That's not what this is about. This is an authentic organization that's worked with youth at whatever level they're at. It doesn't matter what you believe or what you think or how you feel, you come as you are to this cause, and you see, you take what you want to take out of it. It's worked for so many youth where they've come, they've shared themselves, they've spread tears and joy and difficult things and laughter, and by the end of this, they may not be a completely different person, and that's not the point, but they have definitely reached a completely different understanding of what it means to work with the other and what the other really means. So, yeah.
I think I was already open to meet anyone. I didn't have any prejudice or anything, but I learned so much about many things that I thought I knew, and it opened my eyes to things that I was not aware of before. Also, I would say how it impacted me. I have friends all over the world now, and it's amazing because I know that I can go to any city, and even if I don't know a person precisely there, I know someone who knows someone, and it can be on a personal level, also a professional level. So we have a network of contacts and friends, I would say, because we bonded in a way so nicely, and we just spent 1 week together, and it feels that we've been friends since years and years, and we shared so many things. So this solidarity, I think it's also impacted me, and I'm willing to help anyone. So this is the effect I would say that it had on me.
So I think that, you know, when you work at something for 5 or 10 years, you start to get really good at it. From my impressions after being here for 2 days, I think one of the things that the Muslim Jewish Conference is so great at is attracting and recruiting the right people, getting the right people into the room. I've met such fascinating people who are involved in such meaningful work, who bring themselves in such a serious way to the work, to the change that they're trying to create, whether that change is happening in Europe or in the Middle East or in North America. I think there's people here who are dedicated to doing this good work all over the world. And at the same time, what I also love about the Muslim Jewish Conference is that these people are also not shy about coming here because they want to have fun together and they want to meet each other. And it's not just about developing partnerships and business relationships or professional relationships that are going to help to solve problems. That's certainly very important, but it's also about creating friendships. And it's also about experiencing and laughing together and sharing in each other's humor and just enjoying the time together. And that I find to be very unique over here at the Muslim Jewish Conference. Every one of the people that's here, I could see myself spending a lot of time with, not just a 1 hour one-on-one conversation that I think I've managed to succeed in doing with almost everybody in these past 2 days, and it's just been incredibly fulfilling.
My experience of the MJC, because I'm a professor of applied diplomacy, is that I look at the MJC as a group of incredibly dynamic citizen diplomats, grassroots diplomats, who are working in different contexts to build bridges in a manner that I think a lot of traditional Track 1 diplomats have a difficult time doing. I see people on the ground that are building friendship networks, cooperation networks, and I think they are the leading edge of people who are addressing this fear of the other that far-right and nationalist groups are weaponizing and leveraging to divide people. And so when I'm at MJC, I am so inspired because I see all of these young people who are looking squarely in the eye at some of the most difficult and challenging problems that we face, and they're responding in a very concrete and very thoughtful way.
This has been one of the most unexpectedly wonderful experiences that I've ever had. I, of course, expected it to be an incredibly productive experience of interfaith dialogue. But coming from the academic setting, I was thinking, okay, this is going to be kind of very structured and sort of abstract and theoretical. And the fact that we've all been so close and having incredible conversations at breakfast, lunch, dinner, late into the evening has been a really productive experience. I think that, as Sami was saying last night, there's a really special kind of connection that we all seem to have with each other. And I think part of that might be because they've brought these sort of experts together, people who have been to many MJCs before, who are doing their own amazing projects throughout the globe, basically, where people are living. And I think that they've done a really wonderful job kind of sourcing from participants all of their sort of special skills and knowledges that we can all draw from for the workshop.
I can confidently say there is no experience more powerful than the one designed by MJC team. Something that made it so unique, and this is why people keep coming year after year. And now we have veterans who have been to all 10 conferences, mostly because the experience is not found anywhere else. It is by far the most genuine, experience I have seen with a lot less. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel dictated. It doesn't feel orchestrated. It just feels as real as it can get. And that's why I think people keep coming back here.
So I've met so many willing partners, so many brilliant minds who really can be such an asset, because none of us can do what we're trying to do alone. Everyone here has such incredible resources, incredible minds, incredible organizations, and ultimately, you know, when we come out with whatever we're trying to achieve, it's going to be a group effort. And however we change the face of the Middle East or change the face of the world or some grand goals that we have, it's going to be a group effort. And the people that I've met here are absolutely the ones who are going to make that happen. It's not even a question.
In the world in general, we're missing a huge opportunity to create alliances and to bring people together. And I feel that that's what's happening here at the Muslim Jewish Conference. We are seizing the opportunity to create those alliances and to really impact the world for the positive.
When we were finishing last year conference in 2018, Ilya came to me and told me this vision that he had about creating an umbrella organization that would be able to connect the more than 1,000 alumni that are part of the MJC community with all the experts network that we have in terms of different fields, but mainly connected to make the dialogue and go to the next level. And I found it amazing because the MJC has been doing an incredible work in generating the trust and the connection between Muslim and Jewish youth all over the world. The big question is, and then what? So the answer for this, and then what, now is the MJA. It's a Muslim-Jewish alliance that could help in different levels, in different strategies, and mainly with all the diversity that include the projects that are part of the MJC family, into an umbrella organization that could orientate, support, and coordinate all these efforts. So my first and main expectation about the Muslim Jewish Alliance, is to make this vision a reality.
Or I could tell you more about the Muslim Jewish Alliance, the adventure ahead of us, a new entity which can take the lead in combining our best practice and experience. How it will provide a dynamic mixture of creating safe spaces for activists, for entrepreneurs and experts to share this best practice and to work in innovative networks of cooperation, to support highly skilled ambassadors, professional communities, local chapters, and international initiatives. How we have proven we can mobilize young multipliers and drivers of change on a European, on a local, as well as an international level. But probably all of you have heard this at some point in the last decade. And once we manage to have an actual budget, I believe we also will have a website where you one day can read all of that up to date.